Have you ever wondered how some people seem to understand others almost instantly? They notice when someone is pretending to be confident. They sense when a smile isn't genuine. They can often tell when someone's words don't match their true intentions, long before anyone else notices. To many people, it almost feels like a special ability. When it comes to Sigma females, however, this isn't magic or mind reading. It's the result of years of careful observation, emotional intelligence, and paying attention to the details most people ignore. A Sigma female doesn't just listen to what people say, she watches how they behave. She notices the pauses between words, the changes in tone, the small inconsistencies that reveal more than long conversations ever could. This is one of the reasons people often feel both understood and slightly intimidated around her. She has a way of seeing beneath the surface without asking many questions. Today, we'll explore 10 reasons why Sigma females read people so easily, and why their ability to understand human behavior is often mistaken for intuition alone. Let's begin. 1. She observes more than she speaks. One of the biggest reasons Sigma females understand people so well is surprisingly simple. They spend more time observing than talking. While many people are busy thinking about what they're going to say next, the Sigma female is quietly paying attention. She notices who interrupts others, who listens with genuine interest, who changes their personality depending on who's in the room. She isn't judging every small action, she's collecting information. Over time, those small observations begin forming a clear picture of someone's character. This habit also allows her to notice details that most people miss. A brief expression of disappointment, a forced laugh, a nervous glance, a sudden change in energy when a certain topic comes up. Individually, these moments may seem meaningless. Together, they often reveal far more than words ever could. That's why people are sometimes surprised when the Sigma female accurately understands them after only a few conversations. She wasn't guessing, she was paying attention. 2. She listens to what isn't being said. Most conversations happen on two levels. There's the message people speak out loud. Then there's everything they communicate without realizing it. The Sigma female naturally pays attention to both. She notices hesitation before an answer. She notices when someone's tone doesn't match their words. She notices when a person says they're fine, while their body language tells a completely different story. Because of this, she rarely takes words at face value. She understands that emotions often reveal themselves indirectly. Someone may insist they're happy while constantly sounding exhausted. Someone may claim to trust others while avoiding every meaningful conversation. These contradictions don't confuse her, they make her curious. Instead of reacting immediately, she quietly watches to see whether the person's future actions confirm what she has already noticed. More often than not, they do. 3. She recognizes patterns instead of isolated moments. One mistake many people make is judging others based on a single event. The Sigma female rarely does that. She knows anyone can have a bad day. Anyone can make one poor decision. That's why she focuses on patterns instead. If someone lies once, she pays attention. If they lie repeatedly, she recognizes a habit. If someone forgets one promise, she understands. If promises are constantly broken, she sees a pattern. This way of thinking protects her from making emotional decisions too quickly. Instead of reacting to isolated incidents, she watches what people consistently do over time. Patterns reveal priorities. Patterns reveal values, and most importantly, patterns reveal character. This is one reason Sigma females are often difficult to manipulate. They're not easily distracted by charming words or temporary good behavior. They're watching for consistency. 4. She has learned from past experiences. The Sigma female wasn't born with extraordinary insight. Much of it comes from experience. Like everyone else, she's trusted the wrong people. She's believed promises that weren't kept. She's overlooked warning signs because she wanted to see the best in someone. Those experiences taught her valuable lessons. Instead of becoming bitter, she became more aware. She learned which behaviors often lead to disappointment. She learned how manipulation can sound convincing. She learned that actions almost always reveal the truth eventually. Every difficult experience sharpened her ability to recognize familiar patterns. Rather than seeing past mistakes as failures, she sees them as education. The pain wasn't wasted, it became wisdom. And that wisdom helps her recognize situations today that once would have caught her by surprise. 5. She isn't easily distracted by appearances. Many people form opinions based on confidence, popularity, or first impressions. The Sigma female looks much deeper. She knows someone can be charming without being honest, successful without being kind, confident without being emotionally mature. That's why she doesn't allow appearances to make decisions for her. She pays attention to how people behave when there's nothing to gain, how they treat strangers, how they react when things don't go their way, how they speak about people who aren't present. These moments often reveal far more than polished conversations or carefully chosen words. She understands that character isn't something people perform during their best moments. It's something they reveal consistently, especially when no one expects them to. That's why first impressions rarely determine her opinion. She allows time to uncover who someone truly is. And more often than not, time tells the truth. 6. She trusts her intuition, but verifies it. People often assume Sigma females simply have an incredible intuition. While intuition certainly plays a role, that's not the whole story. Her instincts are built on thousands of small observations collected over time. When she gets a feeling that something isn't right, she doesn't immediately jump to conclusions. Instead, she watches. She gives people time. She pays attention to whether their future actions confirm or contradict her first impression. This is what separates her from someone who judges too quickly. She doesn't assume she's always right. She allows reality to prove it. Ironically, this patient approach makes her intuition seem almost uncanny. People are surprised when her first impression turns out to be accurate weeks or months later. The truth is, she wasn't relying on luck. She was quietly gathering evidence. 7. She understands human nature. One reason Sigma females read people so well is that they're genuinely interested in understanding how people think. They enjoy observing personalities. They notice what motivates different people. They recognize that fear, insecurity, confidence, jealousy, kindness, and ambition all influence behavior in different ways. Instead of asking, "What did this person do?" she often asks a deeper question. Why did they do it? That small shift changes everything. Rather than reacting emotionally, she tries to understand the reason behind someone's actions. Sometimes people act out because they're insecure. Sometimes they're protecting themselves. Sometimes they're simply repeating unhealthy habits they've never questioned. Understanding these motivations doesn't mean she excuses bad behavior. It simply helps her see people more clearly. 8. She is comfortable with silence. Most people become uncomfortable when conversations go quiet. They rush to fill every pause. The Sigma female doesn't. She's perfectly comfortable allowing silence to exist. And that's when something interesting happens. People begin revealing themselves. Some become nervous and start talking too much. Others accidentally reveal information they hadn't planned to share. Some become impatient. Others relax and become more genuine. Silence has a way of exposing personalities. The Sigma female understands this. She knows she doesn't always need to ask another question. Sometimes simply listening is enough. Many people mistake this calm silence for shyness. In reality, it's one of the reasons she notices so much. While others are busy speaking, she's learning. 9. She pays attention to energy and consistency. Have you ever met someone whose words sounded kind but something still felt off? The Sigma female pays attention to those moments. She notices when someone's energy changes around different people. She notices when kindness only appears when there's something to gain. She notices when confidence disappears the moment life becomes difficult. These subtle changes help her understand who someone really is. She isn't looking for perfection. Everyone has good days and bad days. What interests her is consistency. Are this person's values the same when nobody is watching? Do they treat strangers with the same respect they show friends? Do they remain honest when honesty becomes inconvenient? Consistency answers those questions far better than charm ever can. That's why the Sigma female often trusts repeated behavior more than first impressions. 10. She values understanding more than being right. Perhaps the biggest reason Sigma females read people so well is that their goal isn't to judge, it's to understand. They aren't trying to prove they're smarter than everyone else. They simply want to see people clearly. This mindset changes the way they interact with others. Instead of making quick assumptions, they stay curious. They ask thoughtful questions. They observe patiently. And they remain open to changing their opinions when new information appears. Ironically, this willingness to learn makes their judgments more accurate. Because they aren't blinded by ego, they're able to notice details that others overlook. They understand that every person has a story. Every behavior has a reason. And while those reasons don't always excuse someone's actions, they often explain them. That desire to understand before judging is one of the Sigma female's greatest strengths. Conclusion: people often say Sigma females have an almost supernatural ability to read others. In reality, their insight comes from something much simpler. They observe more than they speak. They listen beyond words. They recognize patterns instead of isolated moments. And they allow time to reveal what appearances often hide. They understand that people usually tell you who they are, not just through what they say, but through what they consistently do. That's why they rarely rush into friendships or relationships. They know trust is built through repeated actions, not first impressions. Their ability to read people isn't about suspicion or negativity, it's about awareness. It's about understanding human nature well enough to recognize honesty, inconsistency, kindness, or manipulation before those qualities become impossible to ignore. In a world where many people only hear words, the Sigma female pays attention to actions. And more often than not, that's where the truth has been hiding all along. If you enjoyed this video, let us know in the comments. Do you think reading people is a natural talent, or is it a skill that anyone can develop with enough experience? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos on Sigma female psychology, relationships, and personal growth. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.